concerning the Eucharist and Christian metaphysics, or what we call Holy Communion, which is the bread and the wine. In the ancient Christian consciousness, the bread and the wine, Holy Eucharist or Holy Communion, are the true flesh and the true blood of Christ. The whole point of even having a church, the reason as to why there's a priesthood, it's not only in the Catholic Church, it's also in the Eastern Orthodox Church, the Oriental Orthodox Church, the ancient church in general, all the extensions, continuations in structure of the ancient church, the early church. The reason that all of them, even though the Catholics call it transubstantiation, the Orthodox do not, all of them believe that the bread and the wine become, during the liturgy, the true flesh and the true blood of Christ. And the faithful eat the flesh and drink the blood in the form of bread and wine for salvation, for the obliteration of sins, and for theosis, so that the divine abides in them and they abide in the divine. In ancient Christian metaphysics, without the Eucharist, without the priesthood, which is necessary for the Eucharist, because that's where the authority is, without the Eucharist, there is no church, because the Eucharist, the flesh and the blood of Christ, the very reason that he came down, became flesh, and was crucified, is for the faithful, those who believe, to eat the flesh, drink the blood, and to become absolved from sin, to be able to enter into the subjectivity of divinity, and also to be elevated to eternity, for eternity. In the Eucharist, the divine fire obliterates the sin of man, the sin in the soul, in the flesh. So it is the denial of this consciousness that resulted in the deviation from the identity of the early church. The creation of 50,000 denominations in Protestantism in general that abrogated from the structure, the priesthood, and the holy sacraments is the reason that the churches, all these churches and denominations have become barren, because they don't have a priesthood and because they don't have a succession, the apostolic succession. They don't have the holy sacraments, and most of all, they don't have the Holy Eucharist.